Amanda, thanks. We're joined now by our CBS 21 political insiders, Democratic strategist Joe Powers, in for Mark Singal, and of course our Republican strategist Charlie Giroux. Joe, I'll let you start since it was the president's Republican speech that he gave tonight, State of the Union. What were your first takeaway?
Well, for all the discussion about the attempt to have peace with the Democrats, you can't do that. You can't spend 364 days sending out nasty texts and then read one teleprompter speech and try to be best buds. It's not going to work. Second takeaway for me is I was really struck when they panned the Congress how we really have two different Americas represented in these parties. You look at the Republican side and it's overwhelmingly older white men. You look at the Democratic side and it's largely it's a mixture of the entire country and more reflective of the United States of this year. And the third, I think, is that one statement about you cannot have peace and legislation if you have war and investigation, a clear shot at the Congress to not investigate the administration.
But Charlie, at one point he had those female Democrats that were all dressed in white up and cheering and chanting and clapping their hands.
Look, it's always the president's night, and tonight was Donald J. Trump's night. It's the perfect stage from which to deliver a speech, and he delivered a good one. This was the opening salvo of the 2020 campaign. There's no denying that. And he laid out his case exceptionally well tonight. One of the best speeches of his administration. And for all the talk about identity politics and this, that, and the other thing, that really misses the point. He told about an America that's strong, that's economically vibrant, and that's safer than it was 4 years ago.
So, Joe, in the Democratic response, that was an up-and-coming star, Stacey Abrams.
An up-and-coming star, and I think she was right to focus on voter suppression as we approach the 100th year of allowing women to vote. One of the ongoing stories of the United States is the expansion of voting rights. Up until about 10 years ago when we started going in the other direction, she is very correct to focus on what is happening.
Yeah, this is a woman that lost an election by 55,000 votes. That's more than every man, woman, and child in the city of Harrisburg, and said, I lost because of voter suppression, but you know what? More people showed up to vote than any time in history. So that's what voter suppression really looks like, Rob.
So you really think the president won the night?
The president carried the night, no question. I mean, look, in fairness to Stacey Abrams, that's the toughest job in the world to deliver the rebuttal after the president has stood in front of the Congress of the United States.
Joe, 10 seconds, final word.
The president got more support from his base. He did nothing to move the rest of the country.
All right, we'll leave it there, gentlemen. Thank you. Yeah, you can see our political insiders every Sunday at 8:30 for Face the State. Our live State of the Union coverage continues tomorrow on CBS 21 News this morning. That starts at 5 o'clock. Now, in the meantime, follow us on social media for anything you missed from tonight's address. You can also watch or rewatch tonight's town hall meeting.